Hello, welcome to Vision Plus and welcome to this senior for mathematics and complex numbers. We are now doing combined addition and subtraction of complex numbers, and we are on example 3 that says if z1 is negative 2, z2 is negative 3i, z3 is I minus 3i. There's a mistake here. This should be 1 minus 3i, and then z4 is 4 plus 4i. So the solution to these questions would be, the first part is saying that we find z1 minus z2 minus z3 equals to, let's substitute for what is z1. Z1 is negative 2. That is the real part. It means that the imaginary part is 0. So we just put here negative 2. And then minus. So we subtract z2. What is z2? z2 is negative 3. Since it is a single term and we are subtracting it, there is no need for us to put the bracket. So we shall just say this first minus here is for the formula, because z1 minus z2. So negative 2 minus, what is z2? z2 is now negative 3. Negative 3 I to look like that. Then minus z3. What is z3? Since there are two terms of z3, we put them inside a bracket. And we put here 1 minus 3i. After that, let me maintain this side, negative 2. What is negative times negative? It is simply positive. So here it will give us here now plus 3i. Negative 1, which is the imaginary number here, times 1, get negative 1. The same negative 1 imaginary here times negative 3i will give us positive 3i. And then we'll go on and we'll say, collect the real parts together, negative 2i minus I, negative 2, no, sorry, the real parts are negative 2 minus 1. And then the imaginary parts become plus 3i, and again plus 3i. What is negative 2 minus 1? It is negative 3. What is 3i plus 3i? It is 6i. So this is the solution. And then going to part B, which says that z4 plus z2 but minus z1. This becomes equal to, we need to substitute for this complex representations accordingly. So z4 is 4i is 4 plus 4i, but we are adding z2. What is z2? z2 is negative 3i. Since we are adding, you can just say plus negative 3i. And then we are subtracting z1. And if you look at z1, it is a single term which is negative 2. So there is no need for us to put the brackets where it makes no difference. So we shall just say minus of the formula, and z2, sorry, and z1 is negative 2. So we just say here minus 2. And then we go on. Let me simplify that. So here I will keep 4 plus 4i. What is negative times positive? Positive times negative is negative. So here it will be minus 3i. And then negative times negative, it is positive plus 2. And then if you collect the real parts first, shall have 4 and 2. That means we shall have 4 plus 2. And then if we add the imaginary parts, 4i is positive, we put plus, 3i is negative, we put minus 3i. What is 4 plus 2? It is 6. Plus, what is 4i minus 3i? It is simply. And finally for part C, which is z3 minus z4 plus z1 becomes equal to, what is z3? z3 is 1 minus 3i, 1 minus 3i minus z4. z4 is 4 plus 4i. Since there are two terms and we are subtracting, we put the bracket 4 plus 4i. We close it, and then again plus z1, which is negative 2. we say plus z1, which is negative 2. So plus negative 2. And then this is equals to, let me maintain 1 minus 3i. There is an imaginary 1 here. Negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Negative 1 times 4i is negative 4i. This positive time is negative is negative. So here we shall have minus 2. And then let's group the real parts together, which is 1, negative 4, and negative 2. That becomes 1 minus 4 minus 2. Then we go to the imaginary parts. 3 is negative. So here we shall have minus 3i. 4i is also negative, minus 4 minus 4i. Then we say what is 1 minus 4 is negative 3. Negative 3 minus 2, it is negative 5. That is for the real part. And now for the imaginary part, we have negative 3i minus 4i. That is negative 7i. And this is the solution for part C. And that gives us the overall solution to example 3. Thank you.